Hello, friends. Okay, last chapter was making yourself a priority. That is so important. Let's review that for a second, and then we'll dive into chapter 13, finding time for yourself. Okay, so what are your top 3 priorities? And these are like big titles, right? They can include a lot of subtitles. So my top priority is self, family, and work. It's like you have a bucket, and if your bucket is not full, you have nothing else to give to your family or your work. That's why I think putting yourself number 1 is so important. I don't think it's selfish. I think it's doing the best we can to take care of ourselves so that we have more to give. And so that includes, to me, that includes my exercise, my scripture study, my prayer, my meditation, getting ready for the day, shower time, appointments, whatever else, it's all included under self. So it's more quality, not quantity. So just because I'm number 1 on the list doesn't mean I need all these hours. I need enough time to do the things that help fill my bucket. So what do you need to do to be filling your bucket? And then you have time to do family and work. Okay, chapter 13, finding time for yourself. I'm pretty sure most of our brains are like, well, great. You want me to make myself a priority, but I have all these things to do and I don't have time. What if that's not true? What if you do have time? So here's how I'm going to help you see that. Okay. So first of all, you've got a list, right? You're more aware of what you're doing. You got to get it off your brain. Because if you're just carrying it around in your head, that's stressful. It's not realistic because you don't really see the whole picture. Okay, get it out on paper. And then you can be more objective, more figuring it out. Okay, so let's do what I like to call more math. Okay, so let's say there's 160 hours in a week, because that's 24 times 7. And I like 8 hours of sleep a night. So minus 56 gives 112 hours. Minus, now you're just guesstimating. Okay. So however you're spending your time. So think about what you did last week or even yesterday. How are you spending your time? And let's guesstimate. Family. How much time a week are you given to your family or a day? Let's say 3 times 7. And some days take more, some take less. We're just averaging. And then there's your job. How many hours a week are you working? And then there's all the miscellaneous stuff. Your preparation time, your errands, your appointments, the household chores, responsibilities, all these things. Okay, so do the math and then you've got your total here. And I'm going to show you, I worked with a client and I'll show you what that looked like for her. Now she was thinking that she didn't have time to do her sewing class. And she was saying, no, I've just got to devote more time to myself, to meal prepping and watching videos on cooking or whatever else, because I'm just not losing the weight that I want. I've got to do something different. And I just had this idea come to my head. So this is what we did. Okay. So she sleeps 49 hours a week, this much for her house, 10 hours, 9 hours with appointments, 28 hours. We're trying to round up everywhere, laundry, groceries, and whatever else needs to be done, like for the house, or just whatever else pops up, because we had a house there, but these are just chores or whatever else. And sewing class, okay? The sewing class, it was 3 to 4 hours a week, and she needs to spend time sewing her projects. So it was quite revealing, minus exercise, to see that she has 40 hours a week that she can meal prep and do other things. And really, she probably doesn't need 40 hours to do that much, but there's plenty of time is the point. She has plenty of time to learn more about her eating and other things like that. Yay, yay. Okay, so the same can happen to you as well. So go through your list and see what is most important and make sure you're doing things that say yes to you and that you're not people pleasing and you're not doing just a bunch of things because you think it's going to make somebody else happy. Take time for yourself. Again, your bucket, you need to be filling it on a daily basis if you can. And of course we run empty sometimes. Of course we're half full the other times. But we just do the best we can to take care of ourselves, to fill our bucket so that we have more to give the world, more to give your family, more to give your work. I promise it's worth it. And in the process of doing this, when you're thinking about all the things that you are doing, make sure you're telling yourself, these are the things I'm choosing. Okay. On your list is things maybe you think you have to do. Maybe you think you have to take care of your family. Maybe you think you have to go to work. Maybe you think you have to do whatever else. But I'm promise you don't have to do any of it. You don't have to take care of your family. You don't have to show up for work. You don't have to pay your bills. There's consequences, but yeah, you don't have to do any of it. You get your power back when you start saying, these are the things I'm choosing. So practice that. I promise it helps. It gives that feeling of empowerment instead of overwhelm, instead of frustration all the time. So just be aware of what you're telling yourself and know that you can choose the things on your list and that there is time available for you. Okay, life, crazy, right? It's not linear, it's up and down. You're here, you want to be here. We've got to go through the ups and downs. We've got to go through all the stuff in order to get over here. So this is just an experiment. It's just a way, another tool to help you figure out time for yourself. Part of the journey of getting the results you want in your life is for you to make yourself a priority and to find time for yourself. Okay, we'll keep delving into this in future chapters so that we can become the version of ourselves that we want to be, so that we can become our best selves one step at a time, right? One step at a time. And it's so rewarding to love yourself through this journey. Be your cheerleader and keep saying, I got this, right? You're figuring things out. You can do hard things. Yay.